My girlfriend has always been a creative type. When we first started talking, it seemed like the conversation would always shift towards either sketching, drawing, or painting. I found it admirable. I loved that she had something that meant so much to her, something that she could be passionate about. The more time went on, the more that passion grew. It wasn't until we started dating that she felt comfortable enough to show me her work, though. I love her more than anything in the world, but good lord, I hate to say it, she was not good. Her shades were off, her lines were crooked, her portraits bordered on stick figures. Of course, I didn't want to let on exactly what I thought of what she was showing me, but I can only pretend so much. That's the thing, though. Anytime I offered her advice, she'd just get so defensive. She was just so convinced that she was gonna be the next big thing in the art world. I wanted her to succeed. Of course, I wanted her to succeed. But in order to do that, she just had to listen to me. I'm not an artist myself, but even as just an everyday Joe Schmo, I could still see where she was falling short. I'd nudge her, critique her in the nicest way possible I could muster, and it only led to her becoming more closed off with her work. Unfortunately, the more closed off she became with her work, the more closed off she became in general. It was like her main talking point. And here I was, feeling like an asshole for taking that away from her. I tried apologizing to her and explaining that I was just trying to help her, but she just kept that same blank expression on her face. I'll try to get better for you. That's all she'd tell me. I wanted to believe her, but it seemed like she wasn't even trying anymore. I never saw her sketching, I never saw her drawing, I never saw her painting. It created this friction in our relationship that made every situation feel tense. We didn't even argue. We just try and converse awkwardly before we both went back to our phones. At the peak of her withdrawal, that's when she started taking classes. She didn't seem excited about it. She didn't seem eager to be better. She seemed like she was doing it out of spite, like she was defeated but ready to prove me wrong. She'd be gone 3 days a week from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., and after about a month of this, she started bringing home her work. She never showed it to me. I'd just find colorful canvases hanging up around the house, in the kitchen, in the living room. Hell, the bathroom had a few. She had definitely been improving. Her lines were straighter, her shades were more on point. Her paintings wowed me rather than making me force out a fake smile or a, "That's good, honey." At first, she was bringing home paintings of landscapes, mountain ranges, ocean horizons, forests. Then it turned into infrastructure, castles, mansions, shacks, and sheds. Then it was people, the most detailed portraits she had ever produced. Her mom, her dad, her teacher from class. I wish that's where it would have stopped. She had proved me wrong, she had convinced me, she had nothing else to prove, but it didn't stop there. She couldn't have just been happy with the progress she made. I came home from work one day to find the painting that she had done of me personally. It had been hung up along with the dozens of other random paintings in our living room. I saw it and immediately became sick to my stomach. It was me, just disassembled. My head was in one part of the canvas, my legs and arms sprawled out across the painting, with the most gruesome depictions of gore I had ever seen her produce. I heard her humming to herself in our bedroom. I approached her carefully as she sketched wildly in her sketchbook. "Honey," I whispered, "why did you do that painting of me?" Continuing to hum without even looking up from her sketchbook, she responded, "Just how I was feeling today," as she continued scribbling on her page. In the weeks that followed, more and more pieces began to pop up around the house, each one depicting different versions of my death. She never seemed angry or agitated. She just seemed distant. Distant, but at peace, and that's the part that hurts me. She seemed to have this obsession with dismemberment. In every piece, I was dismembered in some way or another, held together by wires, forced to be a scarecrow. One showed me to be ornaments strewn across a Christmas tree, and at this point, there's at least a dozen of them. But that's not the part that concerns me. What concerns me is that I've been waking up with outlines drawn around the circumference of my legs and arms, my neck, my torso, like she's figuring out a design. She always denies any involvement whenever I question her, but Who else could it be? Does she think that I'll believe that I'm just doing this to myself? I just don't know what to do. I just wanted her to be the artist I knew she could be.